YouTube, Big G back in with another video and a unboxing, and quite an exciting one. So just to give you some history, about a week ago, just over a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I saw an ad on Marketplace, and it was just an ad for old computer stuff that this gentleman was getting rid of. So I had a look at it, and there were a couple of things that caught my eye, and lo and behold, deep down in the box, something really caught my eye. And that's going to be the bucket list that's in here. So I know that that's in here. But at the same time, I must thank the gentleman, John, if you ever do watch this video. Thank you very much. Because you actually went back and you had scrounged around in your, wherever the stuff had been kept for the last 30 years or so. And you found a couple of other goodies that you were gracious enough to put in the box and send through to me. So I just want to thank John for that. And John, if you ever find anything else stuck away under wherever it might be, anything to do with vintage or retro gaming or computers, please, you know where to send it. So I'm going to change the angle of the camera and put this box on the ground, and we can get to it, guys. And let's have a look what I've managed to pick up. Okay, so it is chock-a-block full. Absolutely chock-a-block full. I hope you can see here. So I'm going to be diving in here. Let me just see if I can get this a little bit better for you guys. And nicely, lots of bubble wrap, which is exactly what I'd like to see. The stuff has come a long way. Geez, and thanks, John. I mean, you've even packed the stuff in these little Woolworths bags. My wife's going to enjoy these. Oh, and let's get to it. This is going to sort of give away some of the stuff if I start pulling it out, but well, maybe not. Let's have a look. A couple of boxes of stiffies. Now, one of the things that John said to me is that he is in sound, or he produced a lot of sound, or used the computers for a lot of sound generation. So I'm hoping that on some of these discs over here, there is some of the original music and sound that John made from back in the day. That aside, that's some manuals. I don't want to give it away yet. And yeah, well, let's open this and see what's... This is definitely going to give some of it away. So already you'll be knowing what's inside the box, or some of the stuff that's in the box. A good old ZX Spectrum Interface 2. Now, what is great with the Interface 2, I'll just show you quickly now, it could actually take cartridge games. And now these cartridge games are stupendously expensive, very rare. You don't often find them. I've actually got 2 of them in my collection. Let me just grab one and I'll show you what it looks like. Sorry, I actually got 3 of them. I forgot. But my favorite game of all time for the ZX Spectrum, the Jetpack. And you would take the game cartridge. I mean, a lot of people don't even know that ZX Spectrums could take game cartridges. I mean, that was sort of at the end of its life. And the downside is that it was only really the 16K games that could take the... that they put onto the game cartridges. But I'd love to get the whole set, and then you would plug the game in there. Just go there, and there it is, snug in there, back into the back of your Spectrum, and you could play Jetpack instantaneously. No loading up, which is what everybody was after. So yes, glad to get another Interface 2. And then also in the box here, it's like Christmas time. And that's going to give away some of the other goodies. Let's rather put that one side over there. Okay, some micro drives for the good old Specky. And what's on there? Beta demo. So there's the old micro drives. Now, a lot of these micro drives are still usable today. You just have to put in the new little sponges and check the springs in there, and it could be good to go. So a couple of micro drives. This was the first item that caught my eye in the advertisement, and I have been after one of these for a long time. And that is a Fuller sound adapter for the Spectrum. Now you'll all know that the Spectrum had really crappy sound. So this will plug into your Spectrum. Got a little speaker on there, got your ear jacks on the out of it, or pass through at the back here, and you would be able to have good sound on your Spectrum, not just that beep 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 that you would have that came from the little Specky's speaker. So yeah, glad to get one of these. Definitely going to be trying this out. And then the good old interface one that you would use for your micro drives, and it's got the cables in there. So this will go in the back of the Spectrum. And then the old printer. Used to have a lot of fun of these at school, the little thermal printers for the Spectrum. So some great Spectrum goodies, especially that Fuller sound adapter, which I don't have in my collection. And now let's get to some of the other. Now in the original ad, this wasn't even in there. So John, thank you very much. These are all extras that you sent. Now I love my Amigas. You can see here, Amiga 500. I have one in my collection. Thoroughly enjoyed playing Dungeon Master on it. I haven't played a lot of other games. It was mostly Dungeon Master that I played, or was that on the Atari ST? Oh, I can't remember now. Very yellowed, so this is definitely going to get a treatment to get that yellowing away. So a lovely Amiga 500, and I think this little board over here, I think goes on here. Yes, there it is. So this one's and another Amiga 500. Like they say, you can never have too many Amigas. And I'm sure these got some really good use back in the day. And doesn't look bad at all. Just yellow. Nothing that can't be treated. And I just always loved it. The Amiga and the Atari ST had this beautiful shape to it. They're both very similar, and I've always loved this sort of form factor for a vintage computer. The only thing that stands above, what I really enjoyed about the MSX machines and that, they would have colored keys. You know, they'd have colored keys, and I like a bit of color on it, but otherwise, stunning computers these. And put this aside. Good old classic ZX Spectrum. One of my first computers that I ever owned. And you can see this one's been really well used. You can see there with the amount of typing and that's been done on here. But you know, these little machines just keep going. The only thing that really goes on them is the keyboard membranes. But otherwise they last and last and last and last. So another ZX Spectrum for the collection. You would have guessed by now that these discs over here that I've put here are all to do with the Amigas. So a lot of, I see some of them have been written over, discs from magazines and that sort of stuff. That's there. What is this? Transform. Oh, so this would have been for micro drives. You keep your micro drives from Spectrum in there. And this over here, oh yes, that's right. These would be the modulators and that for the Amigas. For you to get a picture on your TV set and so forth. So yeah, these are all the Amiga 520s, Amiga 520 mod. This one looks a little bit different. Amiga 550, I think it is. And another 520. Let me put that there. And then let's have a look here before I forget this. The manuals. The old Spectrum. DSS, Digital Sound Studio. Definitely. And there's Aura, also to do with sound. And then the ZX Spectrums. And then my bucket lister that I wanted when I saw this peeping out of the actual picture. Something that I've never managed to pick up here in South Africa, because I've just never ever come across one in South Africa. And this was one of the last Amigas that was made, or popular ones in this form factor. And some would say possibly the best one that was ever made. Very collectible, and like I said, not too many of them around, and this is the first one in my collection. And that is the mighty Amiga 1200. What a fantastic looking machine. Really is. It's got some nice heft to it, some bulk to it, and I'm certainly hoping that this beast I can get up and running. There's a lot of mods and add-ons that you can use for this computer, the Amiga 1200. And yeah, I definitely want to maybe put in one of those SD readers on the side there, replace the hard drive, etc., because this was the ultimate when it came to Amiga gaming, a gaming machine from back in the days. So yeah, definitely a bucket lister. And John, thank you very much for allowing me to add this to my collection. And let's have a look here. Still some more goodies. Just want to put this down, running out of space here in my games room. Definitely running out of shelf space for these computers. Let's have a look. So this would be most probably for the 1200, the Amiga 1200 power supply. And this, because of the yellowing, I would guess this is the power supply. Oh yes, yeah, because you can see got a socket at the back there. This will be the power supply for a 500. Maybe they're interchangeable. I have no idea. So power supply for the 500. And yep. Always great to get some original software from back in the day. And this is the Aura Audible Reality. Looks very professional. Let's just see. Ah, there we are. It's got another add-on card. take it that goes into the side of the I'm sure this is must be similar to what the Ataris had, those C-Labs, those. So this will go into the side there of the Amiga, and then you'd have all your MIDI outputs and so forth. See, it's got the manuals in, it's got everything in there, which is fantastic. I actually saw here earlier the user's guide for the Amiga. And what else? Oh yes, there was something else. Also vintage. Classic Discman, Walkman. This is obviously one of the later Sonys when they moved on to those discs that it took, the Sony Walkman. So thank you very much for that, John. And what is in here? Let's have a look. Ah, good. Can never have enough mice, Amiga mice, like hen's teeth sometimes. So there's 2 mice there for, I take it with the yellowing. They must be for the 500s. That's there. Just the classic old 3-button PC mouse. Maybe that goes with the Amiga 1200. I'm not sure. A controller. This looks like a Sega 16-bit controller, or I'm not sure. What is this? Computer something game control pad, like a generic controller. And then some more controllers and some more controllers, some more power supplies, mice, more controllers, and cables. I'm actually going to just leave them in there because I'll take them all out later. Over there, and I think, yes, that's it. So let me pick this up again. So guys, yes, took a lot longer to open this, but otherwise very chuffed to add this Amiga 1200 to my collection. First one that I've managed to lay my hands on. Hopefully I'll manage to get this grand old lady up and running and play some classic games on this. Really looking forward to this. And once again, thanks John for hooking me up with all this stuff. It's found a new home, and it will find a place on the shelf with pride. Okay guys, thank you very much. Cheers from me, and remember, keep it retro.